August 30th, so in the last 2 days of the calendar summer, and we're a week away from Labor Day. Why is Labor Day so significant? Because almost overnight, after the Labor Day, the market in real estate picks up. There's a lot more activity normally, and the prices start trending up. Kids are back from school, or back to school rather, and their parents are back in town, so everybody's back from vacations, especially over the month of August. And everybody starts thinking about their investments, business, where they're going to live, and planning their life very, very actively. So, I wanted to give you a few pointers, or few points rather, food for thought, as far as what happened in the real estate market in the past year and a half, 2 years since we entered the pandemic. And wanted to get you to think, if your plan is to sell your home over the next 12 months, over the next year, perhaps this fall is one of the best opportunities to cash out and make the most amount of money.
Sure thing. Definitely we had a great run since COVID. Prices gone up year over year. We had 21% increase in average. Certain areas over 44% increase, which is
just think about it for a second, right? 44% increase. Where else can you get those types of gains on your investment? I mean, this is definitely not normal.
Absolutely. So the good news is that we had a great run. The price has gone up, inventory is low, interest rate is low, and number of sales being dropped is really going to help sellers to maximize and get the most amount of money in the fall, especially before election. We never know actually what's going to happen after October, after the election.
September
After September 20th. So if you really want to cash out and sell your home, downsize, upsize, or just diversify your real estate investment portfolio, this is a perfect time to come to the market and get the most amount of money.
And there are 3 reasons for that, right, that we want to give you. So first one is the volatility of the market that we started experiencing since we entered the pandemic about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. At first, everybody got scared. People got locked up at home. Businesses were closed. The economy started kind of faltering, and the number of real estate transactions was halved.
Yeah.
Right? It was decreased, already decreased by almost 50% extremely quickly over the first couple of months since the pandemic started.
Yeah. A lot of uncertainty.
What followed was the prices, especially the condominium sector in Toronto and GTA suffered quite a lot. And then a miraculous and unexpected recovery in the first 2 months of 2021.
Especially on freehold.
Especially on freehold, exactly. But again, the prices have gone up by 20 to 44%, complete insanity. Yeah. Condo market has recovered. And from 20% down in the beginning of the pandemic to almost the same price levels as what we had in 2017. Again, whenever the market is this volatile, that represents a lot of opportunities for speculators, but also a lot of risks. A lot of risks.
It's all about timing, really honestly knowing that this is the time for you to sell or buy. Could be beneficial for both parties depending on where they are and what kind of investment they are going to make. But that is really something for you to consider.
Precisely. So that's one. It's 2. Second point is the government actions. The market dropped in 2017 in the middle of the spring as a consequence of the government announcing new measures, trying to taper the market activity. One of them was banning, this is the new program, which we'll get to in a second. In 2017, foreign tax levy, that was the first thing that happened. New stress test, that was the second thing that happened, and rent control. Those 3 measures that the government instituted and announced had
killed the market.
Killed the market, exactly. Killed the market. Over a week, the market disappeared, just vanished. Nothing was happening. Why are we talking about that? Because the government had announced a plan, or at least the current cabinet had announced a plan that if they come to power on September 20th, then they will institute a number of measures aimed at trying to taper the prices in the marketplace to make it more affordable for first-time home buyers, particularly, but also for people that are just looking to buy in the marketplace.
Which is great.
Of course, it is amazing. Again, this video is primarily addressed to sellers, right? So the sellers need to really think as to what impact that might have on them. One of the things is that you will no longer be allowed to sell at your own discretion, meaning if you think the market is good or there's some internal in the family considerations that you're thinking, okay, I need to sell in the next 30 days. No, the government will tell you when you're able to sell. Okay, so that's one thing. That's pretty scary, actually. Pretty unusual and pretty scary. 50% of the active buyers in the market, but they're still they still active. We see people coming from abroad or transferring money from abroad and buying property here. So if there's a ban on foreign investment, that category of buyers is going to disappear. So at any rate, between those two things, we're going to add a third one in a second. Between those two things, I would already be thinking about what's going to happen with the market in the fall. And the third one, of course, is the actions of the Fed or the Bank of Canada. Are they going to increase interest rates?
Yeah, you know, when you listen to financial advisors, they say that the interest rates are going to stay as is, and you know, there is nothing to worry about.
They have a hotline with the Bank of Canada. They call them before they're talking to their clients. The Bank of Canada says, "No, the interest rates are going to stay where they are."
But at the same time, you see that the fixed interest rate has dropped again.
Yeah.
So they might keep the interest rate as is for another 3 months, 6 months, or a year. But at the same time, when you look at the inflation rates being above the target
3%, the target is 1 to 3% right now. The CPI inflation is at 3.7%.
It just doesn't make sense that the interest rate stays the same. So
it's just a matter of timing.
Exactly.
Right? Are they going to do it in September when there's a meeting? Are they going to do it in October or in December? There are 3 meetings this year. They may leave it the same.
Yeah.
Or they may hike it.
There are already so many red flags, honestly, for sellers. They just, you have to really realize that. Do you prefer to sell your home at a peak or when the market starts to drop and shift dramatically? And that is really what something that you need to think about.
Yeah, and that's why we're having this conversation actually now. So again, if your time horizon is 1 year from today, in order to sell your house, possibly, and this is what we want you to think about, possibly this fall is the best opportunity.
Yeah, of course we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know. No one knew that during COVID the prices can go up as high, but at the same time, you know better than anybody else the timing. Is that something you want to do now within the next year, or you can wait for another 5 or 10 years if you have to? So if you would like to know more about how much your home is worth or what would be the options available for you, feel free to reach out for 1-6-832-9292.
And you can find us here at this baseball pitch and the soccer field. So we're actually going to be standing right here, waiting for you guys to call.
Yes.
My phone is in my back pocket, so right here. So just waiting for that call. Oh, we're not live. We're recording. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Off we go?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you guys armed with this information, I'm sure, as a matter of fact, you'll make the right decision.
See you next time.